Hi. Welcome back to Radio 254. Welcome back to your number one online radio station playing for you strictly Kenyan music. And today we're actually here with JNJ Podcast. June, Nicole, and Jemima. Guys, welcome back. That first session was really deep. Well, yeah, Manze, I have more topics to talk about, Manze. All about your podcast. Yeah, all about your podcast, Manze. Gender roles, Manze. I heard you guys saying mbona mmeteka tukishika lili yeah?
It's a very controversial topic.
Because what do you define it about
gender?
Yeah,
gender in what
the roles, gender, really male and female.
So this is a personal belief because I've never known if we've agreed on the same stance. But for me,
all of you,
we were very. They're on the same. I'm very progressive. To me, gender is a construct. It's physical. Sex, like sex, no, the difference in terms of physique. Like the male physique is different from the female physique. Like our body organs and whatnot. But in terms of gender is a construct that was created by the patriarchal society to push
Kiingereza kidogo.
Kiingereza kidogo. So to me, we are all equal as male and female. Of course, when it comes to things that require a certain sex, for example, construction, men are better suited, because their sex defines them to be better. Like they're stronger, they're more built, they have more muscles. So even in sports, that's why you can't have women and men have be in the same race or fight each other. E.g., like now, there's a whole ongoing debate worldwide about if transgender should be allowed, if transgender women should be allowed to participate in races with women. Because they're still masculine. So they still have those muscles and they're built and all that. But when it comes to like social roles, including like work, domestic rules, all of that, they should be shared equally, depending on how you and your partner agree. For example,
kwanza Jundo alirant. Simnisikie. Remember when you say that? Yeah. I was kidding. I was watching those videos. I was like, what? Mbona mko mkataka kusikiza June kwanza?
I think we were just all right.
Yeah.
So mimi nilisikia mkisema ati mwanamke akikam pia the boy anafaa ende jikoni, anafaa aende apike pia, like si lazima ti mwanamke pia ni amekam jikoni. Why?
Let me add something. There's something my mom told me. Equality and equity are very different. We can't be equal in our roles, unfortunately or fortunately, but we can gain equity. Man and woman nowadays, we're going to work, we're both finding our financial freedom. So there are some things, of course, maybe tseme nimechelewa kazini and we don't have a help, and let's say the guy amefika mbele, it'll be nice if he cooks just once. It'll be nice. Semi afanye hivyo ati leo ni mimi, kesho ni wewe, kesho ni. It can't work like that. You'll just have fights in the house for no apparent reason. Because I know the main, we can't even debate about it. The woman is the house builder, is the caregiver. So that's majorly your role. Yes, go and do work, go and do this, but jua nyumba ni wewe utaichunga, not the man per se. Because the men we have now, I'm sorry, but pia hawajafunzwa kuwatichunga nyumba as the way us, we know how to take care of a house. So we can't be equal, but we can have equity.
But do you know actually the men out here who have been taught how to like really take care of the house?
Yeah, by the way.
A lot. Say that. Come on, ni wengi. See, so msione boys pia kwa hivyo. We're actually learning from our moms also.
Wako. But there's this key comfort that comes when a woman is now in the house. Kuna vitu hatafanya.
Yes, anajua kufanya.
But
Yeah.
they won't be doing
Me when
them
my sister
anymore.
comes sometimes, my small sister. Yeah, she's in high school, but she's in Form 4, so some things I won't do me.
Yeah, you know.
I won't cook. She's there, so But right now she's not there,
So
so
you'll
I
take up.
definitely have to cook.
Yeah.
So yeah, but sawa. Okay, Nicole, tell me, what's your view on that?
Mimi, I'm very radical, and people will be against me till the end of the earth.
Okay,
I'm the biggest feminist you'll ever meet.
What?
And can I just put a
What?
disclaimer? There is nothing wrong with being a feminist. People
It's all- it's-
assume
okay.
Ati, if you're a feminist, you're against men, you hate men. I date men. Please, I love men. They can testify. So it's not a war. It's not ati we're trying to now become above you guys, or we're trying to beat you guys. We just want an equal share to what you guys have. But innately tulizaliwa wote on this earth. Why shouldn't we be given access to the same opportunities? If you're earning 100,000 every month and we're doing the same job, why shouldn't I earn the same 100,000? If anything, I should earn more because I have more hardship. Mimi ndo tena nichunge nyumba. Mimi ndio I have kids to take care of. If anything, if I'm to be biased and to be selfish, I should be earning more, but that's not what the situation is in society. Even today, even if you ask interns, leave alone other people who are experienced and in the corporate world, even interns today, especially for paid interns, men still earn more than women.
Oh, really?
And even for those who don't earn, for example, a few days back, a friend of ours was telling, I can't even remember who, that when he went for his attachment, it's when he noticed how unfair the world is to women. Because he's there, a guy with a female attachee, and they'll both get to work at the same time, but he'll go to his desk and start his work. The girl will be sent coffee errands, looked at by her bosses, people preying on her. She doesn't have peace at work. If she doesn't bend to her boss's will, she's either demoted or, and she's just an attachee and she's a female. So anyway, back to what are we talking about? I'm lost. Gender roles.
Yeah.
So, okay, the same way June has said, but I feel like for every home it's different. If you guys sit down and agree that maybe the guy works a 9 to 5 and my job is more flexible, maybe I'm an online person, I work at home, then obviously I'll take up most of the home stuff. But if it's the other way around, if I'm the one doing the 9 to 5, maybe I'm a CEO, I get home at 9 and you're an online writer and you're home all the time, pick up the slack.
Yeah, pick up.
Do the house chores. There's nothing wrong. It's not shameful. If anything, it's such a turn on. It's beautiful to see a man take care of his home.
Yeah.
If I'm earning more than you, then I should cater for more bills. If you're earning more than me, you should cater for more bills. So every situation is different, but we should not be subjected to a statistic or a norm, just because you're the female, you're the one that's expected to do this, or you're the male, you're the one that's expected to provide for the family. But people have different opinions and they're entitled.
Yeah, about
Jemima?
that, I feel like marriage, relationships, dating, it's an understanding. Whatever works for me and someone I'm dating won't work for June and the person she's dating. And the way you agree, the way Nicole has said, sometimes you'll get home the first person, just do the work.
Do the work.
Just do the work. I think
See, she remote.
there's something I really don't admire in our society today. We have such close-minded notions, such that we don't want to be open-minded to the fact that the woman can be empowered and it's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
You see something like the future is female and you start feeling intimidated. Why are you intimidated? Is it because we have so much potential, and if it's nourished, it might even surpass the male one, know? So I really don't like it when we're talking about feminism and the guys are like, even us. In fact, when we're talking about the female issues, do not tell me, even us men, even us. And, we won't fight for our own rights and also start fighting for yours.
Yeah.
And if anything, the male gender, and I'm so sorry if anyone feels attacked,
It's okay.
they've had a very big head start. A very big one. Nicole made me understand that. It's so big, we can't even recover. And so...
But you are.
What?
You're trying.
We're
You're so
trying.
far. You're so far.
You know,
Ah,
so
really
the woman
far.
is not ever empowered. If anything, she's just beginning to be empowered.
But your ratio right now is so big compared to the male gender. The
And
female
yet,
rate-
and yet it's a patriarchal society.
Oh my God. Okay.
You know, the people who are seated in the boardrooms, there are 2 women in like 10 guys. The woman, of course, we've now started having a voice just the other day.
Yeah.
But the male, whatever has always dominated the movies we were watching. In fact, at some point last year, I was reading a book about what you feed your mind. And I realized most of the movies I'm watching, they're telling me the same narrative. People out there are set out to make me listen to them. They don't want me to do my own thing, or they don't want to listen to me. I've always listened to the outside world. Like, they tell you, the woman at this age, you're not married, it's shameful if you're not married at this point. Your parents, they're so involved. I mean, it's my body. If I decide to have a kid or not, that doesn't
It's up to
involve
me.
my mother. In any way. My mother should not be in that conversation.
Okay.
And you know, and the reason why my heart just shatters every time I hear someone say, "Ati, the woman is already overly empowered. We've forgotten the boy child." As long as the patriarchal system, let me stop saying society so that we can understand. In order for, like, in anything, not even feminism, in any other thing, racism. Do you know why racism will never end? That system that was created has to be taken down. You have to like completely shatter the whole system and bring it up again. So as long as the systems around patriarchy exist, we will never reach that point of equality. The education system needs to be 360, turn around. In short, every system that exists in our society needs to have a turnaround. So leave us be. Let us fight our fights. We just want kidogo. We don't even want, we just want kidogo. Let's fight for what we feel is right for us.
Can I ask you something? Because right, umesema wewe ni feminism,
Yes.
you know? How do you feel right now that where we're heading in this election time? Okay, actually, get to politics.
Yeah,
I hate,
no,
po-
we
I hate
love
politics. By
politics.
the I hate politics for me.
I
but
love
I have to
politics.
talk about it. The running mate of Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now that let's say if he wins, you're gonna be having your first vice president, female vice president. How do you feel about that?
Personally, I don't think it changes anything, honestly.
Why?
To be
But it's mine.
It does.
Will it though? Cause
It
let
does.
me tell you why it might not change anything. One, this is just a PR stunt for Raila.
Yeah.
He didn't really want a woman. He just saw, hey, the woman card is going to get me votes.
But her being
'Cause
there is
people-
like,
True, but one man can't change. And this is me being realistic and not optimistic. How many people have entered government who have so much potential, who have a great track record, but when they get in there, they get swallowed. You get swallowed by everyone around you. Because let me tell, and that's why it's always better being a private citizen than entering government. Because the minute she enters, there's so many powers behind you. You can't even function.
but
You
she's
can't
setting the
make your own
pace actually for
decisions.
women.
Yeah,
Trust me.
She
And
is setting the
Nick,
pace, and it's
Look at it this way.
Mhm.
If she has managed to be, if she will manage to be
the deputy president
there's a possibility Kenyans will warm up to the idea of
to women. Yeah,
holding
So
those very high positions.
And she
Yeah.
might run even actually
maybe
for
it's a good
president,
thing.
actually,
True.
after
Yeah,
10
true.
years.
True.
She might actually run.
So I guess that's the upside of it.
Yeah,
So
but
in
that's the downside.
the bigger picture is for the feminism fight or for the women fight, we have like a head start. But in terms of like government, economy, politics,
But don't
She
worry,
won't do
girls.
anything
Don't worry,
there.
girls. It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. No pressure. What's going on pressure? Amade.
No pressure.
No pressure. Easy.
Mm.
You want to say something?
No, I
On-
think
on-
I
they've
have
covered
something.
both.
They've covered.
I have
Yes.
something to add.
Okay.
So when we speak so much about the women empowerment, and sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like I just need to mention about the male perspective. The approach the men take to like counter the empowerment of the woman is what matters.
Yeah.
I'll listen to mantalk.ke and I'll actually listen and be like, reason out with them about positive male perspective. They put a new perspective in it. Instead of coming to our comments and attacking us, start your own platform, empower the male. There are people, especially young guys, who look up to Mantalk.
Yeah.
Legit look up to them, and they're like, you guys, you're doing such great work. We're changing our mindsets on things. So empower your men. We empower women. We meet in the middle.
Wow. Okay, you guys are really geniuses, man. Okay, you're thinking about it. Kuna kitu imenisumbua. I was discussing, tulikuwa tunasoma church, okay? Then he brought it up and said, okay, out of that feminism and stuff, let's say you're married, right? Yes. You're married. So I have a girl, I'm your husband, I have a girl, right? We're going to an event. And this event, like, it's covering the entire family. Okay. Then I'm in that car and my mom comes and my wife comes. Who should sit on the front seat? That could draw your own opinions.
The wife.
The wife, for you, Nicole?
Wife, please.
Yeah, the wife.
Haya, sasa jiteteeni sasa nisikie. Haya, tuanze June, jitete. Why the wife? Why?
We appreciate our moms, or rather our parents, for everything they did. We can't not appreciate them.
Yeah.
As in, they really brought us far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they even allowed us, or rather they enabled us and instilled those values in us that allowed us to get married.
Yeah.
So when it comes to marriage, that's a whole other dimension. There's no way your wife will sit at the back seat because your mom is sitting at the front. It doesn't even make sense. Like,
why?
Like maybe in the essence of
what
respect,
if you just sit at the back and your mother-in-law just sits in the front? Or okay, not your mother-in-law. Let's say your mom. Your mom. Like she wants to sit. If she wants to, okay, you like okay.
Yeah, if she wants to. But if it's my decision, I always sit at the front. Whenever we're catching Ubers to places, I always.
It's okay. Like that's an Uber. It's your husband's car.
My husband's car.
Yeah.
My husband's car.
And it's your mother-in-law or your mom. Let's put it. Let's put your mother-in-law, not your mom. Because your mom, you can just sit because she's.
Mother-in-laws are very stubborn. Maybe I might sit at the back. Mouth around.
Will you do that?
I would really like to sit at the front because I feel like now we're married.
Not really like.
I would like.
Like
okay,
I will sit. Like I will sit at
I will sit there because I'm the wife. I'm your wife. I should sit at the front.
Who say that? Wife is just the title.
No,
I'm just saying. No, hey.
Don't go there.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Wife is still a title. Because also we're saying wife, mother-in-law. It's my mom.
But your mom, you've been with your mom for years and years. You've driven her to thousands of places. Now it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole, what do you say to that?
I mean, same thing. I guess the only thing I'd add is, if you're my husband, this is a new home you're building.
Yeah.
Leave the past in the past.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, no, I love your mother.
Hey, I'm so sorry.
I love your mother and everything, but I don't know, like it's so symbolic.
Oh yeah.
It's so symbolic. It just means if your mother wants to sit at the front and it's seeming like it's going to cause an issue, I'll probably let her sit at the front.
Why?
But we'd have a conversation afterwards and I'd be like, hey, babe, by the way, this is a new family. It's symbolic. Your wife's supposed to sit at the front.
Actually, when, let's say, that my mom and you, like, let's say you're arguing, like you're talking, you'll just leave.
Who would you let sit at the front? If both of them want to sit at the front, who would you want to sit at the front?
Come on. It was your question. It was your question.
No, we're throwing it back at you. We're podcasters. That's what we do.
Yeah. My wife. Definitely.
Your wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one in a few. Most guys would say their mom.
Come on.
Yeah. Most guys, because I've been asked this question a lot. Most guys would be, mom,
do you know
of
what, actually, why my wife? Because let's say, my mom has been there for me, okay? Because pia mzee ako na gari. Si mzee ako na gari. Saneka kwa ya mzae the entire years. Now why come and like, okay.
This is a new home, a new family.
But no, listen to my argument. But okay, no, comes another question. The relationship between a mother-in-law and your wife. No, for me, I have to ensure it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, if she wants to sit there, like washaelewana, like my wife even doesn't have an issue. She's like, okay, she's like, cause she definitely sit there. Like, I make sure that seat is yours. It's definitely yours. So whenever my mom wants to sit there, like, you have a good relationship.
Yeah.
That's the first rule. Have a good relationship.
Have a good
Yeah.
relationship.
So like, ata they won't argue and stuff like that, you know. But sometimes people still argue and like, yo, my mom will still sit in front.
Can I ask you though?
Back left no my bosses.
interviewer.
Back left.
Yeah.
Back left
Okay.
no my bosses.
Back left.
Back left.
Can
no
I
my
ask
bosses.
you though?
Yeah.
Just to throw back the question at
Okay.
you.
Uh-huh.
Is that a deal breaker for you? Like your mother and your
Why?
partner being in good relations. If they're not, is that a deal breaker? If it's like ikifika your wedding point and they're not agreeing, it's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker. It's okay. Like, it's okay.
Interesting.
But for them to be in a good, it will be so like
Yeah, it will be
times
better.
1,000, you know.
True.
Jimima.
So I feel like, okay, first of all, I can't wait for the comments after this. Nicole, you're in for it. Gone are the days mother-in-laws are like dominating and domineering and colonizing the wife. You know, backing out commands left and right, and the son just sits there and takes it and is like, that's my mom. If my mom says that, then that's that. Gone are those days. In fact,
God are the days. God are
I've
the
seen
days.
how
Out.
my own mom treats my sister-in-law, and they have a great relationship. It doesn't matter when my brother is driving. It doesn't matter who sits there. Sometimes she'll get there first and sit there. My sister-in-law gets there, she sits there. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean anything. It's not significant. But when you're not getting along with his mother-in-law, then definitely there's now significance. You're making a statement. When I sit there with a shotgun, I'm making a statement like, yes, you are there, but now I'm here. You are there for this person, but now I'm here. And again, when the guy accepts the mother to speak harshly to this girl that he has brought, it brings a very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
Today it will be the mother-in-law. Tomorrow it's the nosy aunties. The other day it's now
Wanakuzoea sasa.
yeah, and now the whole family just treats you like that. So set the pace. Talk to your mom and be like, okay, mom, now this person, you just have to get along. If you feel there's something wrong, just talk it out. Don't do this, don't do that. But I feel our moms these days, they're just doing the best.
Yeah, they're easy. Like they're
I
just
like
easy.
this generation.
You know?
I always tell Kina June, I appreciate civilization.
Like they
Right?
normally like okay.
Civilization just dictates. Be nice to this stranger.
Time is flying actually.
This person is the person you're entrusting your son's life in,
Yeah.
and vice versa. You know, this is the girl you're entrusting your son to, and you can't always protect that person. But now here's someone who can.
Coming to that, you see, this like the civilization and stuff. Do you think when it comes to relationships and marriages, we're trying to emulate the Western culture, like how they are, what they're doing? You know, like we're trying to bring them to this African style. Like, do you think it's is it a bad thing that we are trying
hard
to?
not to.
Why? Because we were.
We've already been colonized.
By proxy.
It's instilled in us.
But would you like not to live in the like your ways, the African ways? Jinako si
I'd like to
Jinako
both.
si, why?
Be civilized.
You know
in
actually
some
kitambo
matters.
haiko hivyo. Kitambo ake jinako ingekuwa mzalendo. Not June ama mzalendo mwema, you know. Not June and not Nicole, you know. Because now we took that inside us.
Yeah.
You know, like now we are living like them.
True.
But would you wanna say like us living like Africans, like just how we were
Some
before,
aspects, yes.
before, like it's not interesting to you guys. Me old nataka kuona vile
Yeah.
tungekuwa.
But not everything.
Kitambo.
Yeah.
Not everything. Some, like me, I loved how communal living was
Yeah.
in the past in Africa. I loved how, like, let me tell you, yesterday I was working with somebody and he told me he's stayed at his apartment for 7 years and he only knows one person.
What?
One. Can you imagine? So if he's in an emergency and that person isn't there, that's it for him.
Ouch.
Even for me, yes, I've stayed in my place for a few months. I only know 2 people, but still, I know even in the long run.
You don't want
it's
to
not
make
like
friends.
I
Why
know
do
the
you
whole
want
building.
make friends? Make friends.
But people are not receptive because
Yes.
I myself am. I'm very social. Like I attract people to me, but people are not receptive. People close their doors. People are mean out here right now. People are.
Who, Jude.
That's June. June should explain to us what she does.
Tuambie June. Tuambie June. Tuambie tusikie.
Okay. June
I
will
feel like
legit
I really
close
took a
her
lot
door.
from my dad.
Uh-huh.
My dad is very. I don't want to know my neighbors. I don't know what's going on. I don't know me when I'm just in the house. It's just me, myself, and myself. I don't want to know what's going on
Outside.
out there. Like if you
Yeah.
don't have my number to call me and tell me I'm coming to see you, I won't open that
Si
door.
ndo life inafaa iko hivyo.
I won't open that door, and I wish. I
And
wish
she's
I could
like, you guys
actually.
keep quiet. They should know we're here.
Guys.
Then they just go away.
And I wish it wasn't that way because I would really like to go to my neighbor's place and like just talk to them. But then again, not everyone has the same mindset that I have. So I'm usually like, okay, niende alafu anibo. So let me just stay indoors anyway.
Like that's
You
how
know.
you've been raised tangu ukuwe mtoi. Like just be by yourself. Don't.
I started, okay, I think nikiwa mtoi, nilianza kucheza nje when I was not very young. Like nilianza kutoka nje like class 5 hapo. So that's when I actually knew how to ride a bike. That's when I started doing what. Like I feel like after that point of my life, that's when now I experimented like so many things, you know, like I went, did this. I used to go for these events that, what are they called? Platinum. I don't know. You're going for what? I don't know.
I used to go
I
to
used
them
to yani do the most.
Yeah. But they were fun.
They were really fun.
Yeah, trust me. They're really fun.
Back to civilization and the way our culture is, I feel like culture has its good aspects and its bad aspects. And colonization, yes, was really bad, but I feel like there was a little something that they brought that was different that actually benefited us. Because yes, we already had our systems, you know, like we didn't know how to read or write. We already had those systems.
Tuko tunajua kusoma.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh,
we
yeah.
were generalization.
Yeah.
We were generalizing Africa. Egypt was very ahead.
Because it's close to Europe, you know. So. Yeah.
No, not really. It was their own making.
Yeah.
Like if you see the origin of most things, if you watch TikTok, you will see.
I don't
see what they
most
did.
Things, they're African based. They came from Africa. Why is it that when we're reading our history books, it's like this person, I don't know, Ludwig Craft.
She came up with this name.
Discovered.
Both
Weren't we
Kenya.
there? It
Come
was
on.
there.
It was
Yeah.
there.
Just
Why
with
are
a
you
different
discovering it?
name.
You
You
come,
see?
you take pictures of the hieroglyphics, and then you're like, I discovered. What did you discover?
What did you
We've
discover?
been living
You
with
never
apes
credited
every
these
day, and you're
people.
telling us you've discovered apes.
It's
So-
hashed. It's so on the low. Yani, it's presented to us in form of a conspiracy, something that was so real.
So you
and
guys
true
like this new system
of the
school?
current one.
Yeah, of school. Like say you're still
The
Kenya
CBC.
to
It could do better.
It could, because I used to hate the way I would cram book 1 to book 4, and like 50% of what I've read is actually coming, and now I can't even remember what I read, and I am not even applying
And
it
it's not
right
even
now,
helping you,
and it's
actually.
not even helping me. So
But they're good at
because
steering.
actually I feel like actually in universities when I'm actually getting quality education, like I'm reading stuff I am actually interested
And
in,
actually
and
doing
I'm
stuff.
practicing I'm practicing what I'm reading.
Yeah.
So I feel like that system, it'll actually work for them. The only unfortunate part is those books are kind of expensive, and the system is very expensive. So maybe if they find a way to subsidize the price of that system, it can really work, you know.
Mdaka niweza kitu ingine. Nyinyi wanawake. Ni nini these men have done for you guys? Nini wamewafanyia yani mnasikianga ni kama kila msee men are trash, you know we never say women are trash. We've never said women are this nini. Why that men are trash, men are this. Why? Mbona inakuanga hivyo for you guys? I need to know, like I need to enter into your heads and understand what women like feel and go through.
I always tell them we were meant to be in a different planet as women.
Whoa.
This world is too harsh
Doesn't
for
deserve
us.
Whoa!
This
No
world
way.
is too harsh
Go to Mars
for
then.
us.
Go to Mars.
Because
Go to
I don't
Mars.
know, you meet people and you're like,
Eh?
can you be that evil? Can you be that heartless? We literally need to be, because it's like, it's not just men, it's just men and society everything is against us. But anyways, that's besides the point. So what have men done?
Guy,
to us?
Nicole, you.
I'm so harsh. Guys, I love you. I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, not all, but very few. Very few men are genuine. Most are scavengers.
You had to use that word. What?
That's
Okay.
one
Most,
way
and I feel like it's
Men,
it's-
I'm feeling
it's
for you
group
here.
mentality.
I'm feeling for you
it's
over here.
squad mentality. You guys meet in your little gang.
Sasa nyinyi
playing
mnakuwa na
FIFA.
gang.
But we talk constructive things.
We also
you guys
do.
are always like, oh,
We also,
who
who
are
said
we
you don't?
picking up today?
Who said you don't
Who are
talk
we?
constructive stuff?
Men, most men, yeah,
Football is constructive.
it is.
Yeah.
Most men are toxic, and it's. I can't blame you guys. You've not been raised any better. You know, it's like it's society and the past. and but I feel like there's hope for you guys with people like Akina Man Talk. You know,
Yeah.
True.
positive masculinity imeanza kuwa on the rise, and maybe our future generations will be better because from your generation dating backwards, y'all were taught the wrong way, and you know
What?
now you're inflicting that on us as women. You know, you're trying, and it's not wrong to be dominant, but you don't have to be evil about it. You know, you don't have to like, oh, I want to break hearts. Oh, I want to, you know, like your job, your goal is just to break hearts out here. You don't want to love somebody who's really needy. I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
It's actually said that behind every guy that says that there's a girl who heartbroke them. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, we've all been heartbroken at one point, and I feel like our upbringing really determines a lot when it comes to the kind of relationships that we'll have. So I actually think there's hope for us, but not exactly us, our kids.
Our kids.
We'll teach them better.
Yeah.
This is the information age. We'll teach them about mental health. We'll teach them about childhood traumas, and we'll be very conscious and intentional with raising them if we get kids.
Amen.
Guys, I didn't even pick your point.
Yeah.
If. Wow.
It's a good
Not
question.
when.
It's a good.
Because once again, but it's not like it's a lost cause. Like
Yeah.
I know this is my thinking. I'm 20 years. Come on, I'm not thinking about kids. Maybe when I'm 25, I'll be like, okay, maybe I can try this. Maybe I can, or 27, or I don't know, 30. But yes, that's the point. In this information age, we have so much information at our disposal. You can literally change yourself in like 3 months if you're reading the right materials. And let me tell you, if there's one thing you can really hide in books,
Is knowledge.
and
Yeah.
power. If you read your books well, then it's
Yeah.
all good for you. But again, you meet some girls and they intimidate you, or even you meet a guy and he intimidates you because of the knowledge he has, or he sees you doing something and he's very quick to point it out. He's like, that's an attachment style. This is, and you're like so intimidated because you've not worked on yourself. So I feel if you're actually going to date in this age and era,
Work on yourself
look for
first.
someone who speaks to your mind.
Yeah.
Because sasa hizi toxic relationships zinatokana na one person understands it, the other person doesn't get it. It's like poetry or
Exactly.
art.
So
There are
love
two
is not
people in
enough.
this world. The people who get it and people
Who don't.
That one is Kenny. Love is not.
and just to add on that, guys, maybe I'll advocate for it. Ata mkuje muni stone, because there's a time I had this conversation with friends and they were so against it. Seek therapy.
Amen.
Guys, the same way you go to hospital every year to check on your
That was talk
on your
about that.
physical body.
So even before you begin
Yeah.
therapy and stuff, it's a tricky question I'm asking, but I don't know if it has an answer or not.
Okay.
So what do you feel? Who goes through a lot? Are they the men or the women? When it comes to like we're all humans, right? Like
Mentally.
like mentally and stuff.
I think both. I can't say one gender
there's
goes
no
through
science
more.
to it.
There's no science.
There's
to
no
it, right?
science.
Okay.
There's no science.
And physicality and stuff. Who goes through a lot? Like who do you feel? Who do you feel in your side? Like anything. Like when it comes to let's say anything. 'Cause
I'll say
I
socially.
want to quote a word you guys said. One of you guys said.
It's the quotes.
So no,
I'll say socially. I'll say
Look how Judy's so interested. Like
Yeah.
oh yeah.
tell us now. I'll say socially, environmentally, like in society, women go through a lot because we don't have it handed out to us. One, already the man is more advantaged. Again, as Jemima said, the man has a head start. Literally, it's like we're running a 1,500-meter race, and you guys were given
10 laps ahead.
10 laps ahead, exactly.
Now we're catching
And it's
on.
out of 16. So socially, in terms of domestic violence, in terms of even catcalling, okay, maybe a few women do catcall, but 90% it's men who catcall. We can't walk out at night.
What's
and be
catcalling?
safe.
I don't know what's catcalling. Teach me this English.
Super. When you type
That's
yangu,
catcalling.
yeah.
Oh.
When you type yangu, when naweza kuweza, sijui ni nini.
Akisi
So-
kweli. I'm messing it up. I'm not sorry, I'm messing it up. So sorry, just messing
Can
it
I
up.
stage a walkout?
I'm just
I
messing
want
it
to
up.
stage a walkout.
I'm just messing it up.
Drop the mic.
Sorry.
Drops mic.
I'm messing it
No
up.
matter here. Yeah, so like we can't walk out every time because I usually have shows from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from Wednesday throughout the weekend. I usually have things going on at night. I have to literally look for a guy to take me home because I'm not safe. While that guy will literally just whoever either like sometimes I get someone who doesn't even stay in Juja. He doesn't even think about safety.
Yeah.
He's good. For me, I have to think, okay, would somebody abduct me? With somebody,
Yeah.
I can't get too drunk in the club. Somebody will just carry me with a bike and go and do things to me. Like, we're so disadvantaged in society. Work, I can't dress how I want to dress because some people will look at me with lustful eyes and take advantage of me. In the matatus, by the time, before I even get into my matatu, those what are they called? Touts. They start calling you names. They're like, hey, super
In
steward.
fact, the person you sit next to in that matatu for that 1 hour
He
drive
starts
from
man
Juja to town,
sitting. What's it called? Man sitting,
you will be asked questions. You'll be coerced into giving your number. You will have to deal with the aftermath of being called and having to decline the advances. It's a lot.
Some rub off against you and do their thing. Others can't even see that you're a human being. You also deserve your seat. Amejaza tu mwili yake hapo kwa tu sita. There's so much to it. Let me tell you, if realistically, like, you could actually put yourself in a woman's body today, you would not want to be. Trust me. It's
also,
not easy.
Also for you guys also. Even you being, trust me.
I would never choose to be a man.
So
I
quote
love
and
it.
quote.
Hey. So bye.
Hey. Circumcision is termed as a minor surgery.
Me.
Why?
That's
Why? Why did you say those words?
Because
What? So fast.
Remember that?
Huh?
because it's not on. There are many minor surgeries like getting a keloid out of your ear, and
So
these
why
other
say
funny
that?
things.
Why?
Because
Guy.
it's minor. Now the major part comes in actually being trained. Sure, go for circumcision, but still, hata hujapewa your training ya actually what being a man is,
Sino maana uko huko unapewa
It's still
training.
minor.
No, people actually
People
go to the
don't.
hospital.
They
these
just go
days.
to the hosi and story inaisha. Unavalishwa
But
leso
we didn't
or
go to the
something.
hospital. Son. Okay.
But then again, it's not advisable. They go for the traditional one as much because that's where you're taught how to be talking.
You're going to hospital, but you're also going through like a 2-week learning after you're becoming a man.
What are you being taught?
See now,
Juu hapo ndo shida.
Yeah.
Na ni
because you are a baby.
ni generation
You're a
gani
baby
hiyo?
boy.
I'll tell you, my dad we were driving to my aunt's place in Kitui, and he started saying nowadays it's like we're the same. It's like men and women are just the same.
Yeah.
The things we eat, there are things you actually have to eat to like raise your testosterone hormones. Because the things nowadays guys are eating, you have more estrogen. You need to. We are so different. There's a way. Once umeambiwa, okay, now this has happened. Now, so there are some things you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to carry yourself in this way. This. That's not happening anymore. And if it is, it's not happening in the right way because nothing significant is being seen. No significant change is being seen. Like we can actually pinpoint and say, wow, say squeezy. By this squeezy, the guys out here don't even call us. Squeezy, the guys out here don't even touch us in matatus. It's
Don't
the
open the
same.
door for you.
It's still the same. It's the same narrative.
Okay.
And actually, me, I'm usually very, very passionate when it comes to catcalling because it happens to me so many
Yes.
times. And I
Come on, you
hate
guys.
it.
Why?
It's not nice.
Okay.
It's not
It's okay.
pleasant.
Hate it.
It's not
Hate it like it or
courteous.
you want. But come on, if you're pretty and you need.
No, but
just
there's a way.
chocolate
There's a
you.
way to say it.
I don't know your name.
Don't.
I might say
check
hi,
Check
hi,
it.
hi.
Then
hi.
approach.
Just look
Someone.
at this situation. I'm walking in town. I'm not even making eye contact with anyone. Sawa, I know I'm pretty. I know I look nice, but read the signs, read the body language. I'm looking down. I'm looking up. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want
It's okay. Okay.
shit from anyone.
But me,
But
I
now-
want that attention now.
Look for it in a nice way.
Hi,
Don't
hi,
come
hi,
and
hi,
be
hi,
like,
hi.
Don't be like, I'm super.
And
Akina
this-
sijui nini,
Come
nini,
on.
and sijui-
Okay.
and sijui ati. And then now it gets worse when you don't give them attention. They're like, so unaenda, si uende, hata wewe si mrembo.
Yeah, and you're actually hapo sasa.
Now what's that?
They will tell you everything about your body.
oh sijui hata
I really
sijui
don't
nini
like it.
oh sijui
Just because you didn't say hi
do
back.
you know there's a guy I
He will
ignored
tell you
and he
everything.
literally
What did he
pushed
say?
me.
What did he
He
say?
pushed me and I nearly fell.
What did he say?
See, okay, one, he didn't even talk. He approached me and like gave me his hand to greet him. It's time for COVID. Why am I greeting you with why am I shaking your hand? I mean, are you mad? So I was like, hey, no, I'm not shaking your hand. I don't know you. So I was like, hi.
Dude, you're not good.
And then I'm not.
No, she's realistic.
I'm very realistic.
But it's okay, but actually, it's good.
So see now I start walking. Like Nila and to hi. I start walking. He starts following me. Why are you following me? He's following me so intently. He was literally breathing on my neck and telling me, oh, vitu naeza kufanyia wewe. Hata watu recognize. How dare you say that to a lady? How do you say that to a lady?
What generation is this?
What generation is that? And then you want to tell me that people go for circumcision and everything changes. It's a minor surgery.
Ouch.
Minor.
Wow, okay. Men mnasikia bana.
Add on that, it all boils back to men feeling entitled. Men feeling, and you know, that's how the patriarchal society enables them. It enables you guys, or not you. Okay, your kind. I feel so generous. Like most men. Let's say like
you feel so generous in saying that.
Huh?
You feel so generous when you're saying that.
General.
Oh.
But let me
Hey,
say,
I was
okay, not
saying,
all.
what?
Oh, I'm
Hey,
generous.
what?
I mean,
I
the
was
words I have in here. But anyways, I was saying, like, the patriarchal society has enabled you guys to feel entitled over us. You feel entitled over our bodies. You feel entitled over our space, such that you cannot fathom when a woman tells you no. You do not know how to take rejection. And that's why, let me be a little bit vulgar, that's why rape amongst women is so high.
Yeah.
Because when a woman tells you no, you're like, wait, what? How? In this generation, this world, I'm entitled to your body. Come on. You know, so that's how men think. Most.
Okay.
Disclaimer, most.
Jimmy, you have something to add on that?
I'll talk about the male perspective. There is a time my friends from UN were telling me, I don't know which street they were walking along, but there were sex workers. There are female sex workers, and they literally catcalled the guy. Yes, this is happening to the guys, but mostly it's happening to the women. There are men who are raped, but a big percentage is the women. And if anything, that's why I'm talking about male empowerment. You need to be empowered enough to know this is not right. And if it's something like rape, you need to report, then go report it. But then we have to change the whole system. You will go, and this doctor or policeman will be like, you're a man and you are raped. How dare you? You know, and it's so brutal for the guys. And when you go to these places that you're being circumcised and, you know, having that rite of passage, and then you're told things like, a man shouldn't cry, a man shouldn't do this. You're the one who's to be strong. If the woman is crying, you know, your kid could die and the dad won't cry because you've been taught to be really hard, and, you know, that's the toxicity of it. So I think we need to change the whole system of it, because this guy could be empowered, wants to report something, but the police or whoever he'll go to confide in will, you know, put them down for even coming to report, for even allowing themselves to think they can tell anyone that happened to them.
Yeah.
So it's really not nice what the ladies go through. It's a lot. Yani, I have to get out of the house. I have to mentally prepare myself. Like, okay,
That I'm leaving my house now.
Is that
I'm
too
going
much
to get
cleavage?
catcalled.
Is it
Mhm.
too? Is it too tight?
Exactly.
Is this decent enough? Will I?
You
will
know.
I? Will I actually remove this blazer?
Will I get many eyes? I legit promise you guys, sometimes, you know where I live, you know, those motorbikes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I choose to pass, there's a shortcut, Nandani, just so that I don't pass in front of that. Because every time, and you know, they've mastered me because I have like a signature hairstyle. So they start peeping, literally. It's imevuka border sasa. It's not even catcalling anymore. They're like peeping. And now everybody on the road, everybody in their buildings are looking. And I'm just like,
Squeezing shortcut.
Huh?
Squeezing a shortcut.
shortcut, man. And I'm glad to the person who showed me that shortcut, because I'm saving a lot of the times, especially if I'm going to stage and stuff. So, and you know, okay, can we just, okay, I feel like now this is a podcast session.
It is.
Because I was
Friday
just going to
podcast,
speak
yeah.
about the same way. Also, our police system is failing us, because the same way they do that to men is the same way as a woman you'd want to go and report a case, and the first thing they'll tell you is, okay, ulikuwa umevaa nini? You know,
I really hate
like,
that
does
question.
it matter what the hell? If I was walking naked, who are you to choose to inflict pain on me just because you feel like
I'm not dressed well.
exactly my dress, my choice, but that's a conversation for another day.
Truly.
So our police system is also failing us because they'll either ask you that, or if it's domestic violence, they'll be like, "But he's your man, he's your husband, he has a right to you."
Whoa. Whoa, I'm actually learning a lot, trust me. Hey, okay. So guys, I have now all about the J&J podcast now. Okay. What challenges do you actually guys like home face challenges gani once you like decided now let's do this podcast? What kind of challenge are you guys facing out here because definitely kuna a lot of challenges coming.
Yeah.
So what challenges are you guys facing?
Challenges
As a podcaster, like J&J Pod and also the podcaster in general.
as a podcaster, well, as our podcast, I guess finances, because sometimes you would like to really venture into video, but you find comrades maze pesa kidogo
Ni noma.
ni noma. So now when you actually plan to have a video, yani it has to be super on point, on time. We maximize that time because money doesn't come every day. So that's the major challenge because we've always wanted to venture into video, and right now actually we are now taking that step forward. Like adi tumesema, if we become broke, no problem, as long as us we're doing things out here that we actually love,
Kinda.
it's worth the sacrifice. So that's one
challenge.
that I can pinpoint.
Do you have other challenges?
Mostly it's just the funding.
Yeah,
The
because
other things we can put, like the content, it's in us.
yeah,
It's in you, okay.
because
Easy.
adi we can't say that we've been getting backlash from people ati wadi
Hawana content.
haijafika bado.
Haijafika bado.
Haijafika bado.
Maybe because you're pretty. No, maybe because you. But you guys have good content. What you talk about is the reality that's been happening all over. So I believe hii ni story haitaisha. So hata kesho yake mtakuwa na story nyingine. Kama sasa amesema my dress, my choice. Oh, that's story for another day. No, that's definitely like you're creating content out of nowhere. Just when you come to think of it, by the way. So that's for you and for podcasters. What challenges do you guys face out here? Like, apart from being financial and stuff like that.
There's a time we wanted to be monetized on Anchor. Told us they can't because we're not in the US.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If we'd not known earlier, tunge work hard for those views and those numbers and then not be monetized.
Yeah.
So there's that. But now we're getting into YouTube. We hope for the best.
Yeah. Hey, I wish you all the best.
Yeah, I also think for podcasters, it's a very new field. So when you tell someone, I have a podcast, they're like, what's that? So
My
it's a
dad
very new
doesn't
field.
understand it.
I'm sure mine
But
also
he's
don't.
happy I'm
But he's
here.
happy. And we appreciate that.
We appreciate that.
So once people actually get the hang of podcast and how good it is to listen to passive entertainment. I remember Nicole was mentioning that podcasting is the new future.
The new norm right now.
Yeah, it's the new future because nowadays people are doing things, Adi Mimi, most of the times I'm usually tuned into Spice FM.
Nice.
I'm usually tuned into their
Podcast.
radio and I listen as I'm doing chores, I'm doing this, because not all the time I have the opportunity to watch things like on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I guess that's one challenge. It needs to be really boosted, and that's why we're here.
And also the crowd, to get people to come and listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
That's a really hard thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
Actually,
getting
if kama si
engagement.
Nicole missing about your podcast, you see, like it's so hard. Let's say for you guys taking out that content to people out there. Unapost pale WhatsApp, mtu anapita tu na ignore like
inabidi du mwambia rudi pale, rudi kwa ile link nimekuona.
Ni hard man. Hadi encourage you say okay. For me also, even to encourage people to listen to Radio 254, man, it's a challenge, but me actually I can't give up about that.
Yeah.
Man, say, me it's okay. 2 people will tune in today, 20 will tune in tomorrow.
Yeah.
10 will tune. You see, it has to come with a process.
Every day. Yeah, it's an everyday journey.
So you have to take this by your neck and say, yeah, let's go in for it.
Yeah.
Because you got this, man. You guys are talking. You guys are really. Nimelan say vitu mengi. Trust me, man. Trust me.
Especially if there's something I thank God for bringing my way is a mantra that I'm planning to make it my whole lifetime mantra. And these ones know it. It's start where you are. Start scared. If you're not scared, or rather, sorry, if you're scared to start something, you won't start it.
Yeah.
There's so many times I run an environmental organization, and there's so many times I want to call some important people, and I'm like, guy, will they pick my calls? I'm just shaking, and I'm like, I look at that. I've written it on my closet, like, let me stick up. So I look at it, and I'm like, and I take my phone and I call, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, wow, at least I did it. It's so rewarding to do something that you were afraid of.
It's actually scary, man. Me, whatever I go through here, sometimes I'm like, wow, okay, can I call this person to come and interview? And I'm like, wow, okay, will he come? Atakuja, ama atakosa kukuja. But sometimes I'm like, nah, shida yake kama atakuja. Okay, it's okay. For me, I'm still growing myself. Like, you know, that's the main point. Hata akikosa kukuja, wewe umejibenefit peke yako, like umejibenefit on your terms, you know. So don't stop.
Yeah, can I plug my
plug your stuff. Even plug your mental health stuff.
So my environmental organization is called Rare Movement. Yes, it's all about nurturing people to actually take care of the environment, because I feel the major issue that's facing us towards environmental change is ignorance. People are very ignorant. People don't care about trees. People don't care about littering.
So that is Kwena Maka.
Yeah, actually.
Oh God, that's
there are other solutions. There are other
E.g.,
solutions.
gas.
Not gas per
It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Economy metugonga.
I know, and that's unfortunate.
Just do your best.
Because you know now that's the unfortunate part of being in a third world country. Because there are countries out there that, if you say you're using charcoal, they're like, what
is that?
They're completely using green energy. Completely. Every household has,
because there are no trees actually. You know, hizo western stuff huko. Hakuna miti.
There's some forest.
Like this is naisha. Hizi zinaanza kuisha. That's why utapata nyewe wanatumia.
Yeah, that's why we're actually fighting for this environment that we have. Because you'll find a country like China, their air right now is just misty,
and
as in
smoke,
they're wearing
like
masks
smoke and stuff,
and
all
smoke.
over.
So you'll find like they're actually sending trees to be planted in Africa because they don't have like space to plant trees. You can imagine.
So take care of your trees, man.
So that's my environment. You can check it out on Instagram.
Say it again.
Rare Movement.
Rare Movement.
RAIR.
Rare Movement. Yeah. Take care of your environment, people. Yeah.
And I also have an event on that 4th of June. On the 4th of June. It's about cleaning up. So we're going to like walk on the streets of Langata Kitengela Road. That road. From Uhuru Primary down like that. We're going to be cleaning up. And we'll also plant trees in that primary school. It's called what? Ngei Primary School. So if you're free, come. Just come with fare. We'll provide the rest.
Fair too. Depend on
fair too.
What was I supposed to do?
Plug your mental health.
Oh, okay. So shameless plug moment. Yes. Okay, first I'll start by saying, guys, take care of your mental health. It's a serious issue and people take it lightly. So on that note, I have a mental health org called Breathe on Instagram, breathe.ke. It's just starting out. I have big plans for it. I'll work on it. Pia nyinyi munipe pressure, you know. Pemina la kiasi. But yeah, every day, please hydrate, meditate, exercise. I know some people will. Some people argue about meditation and they're like, well, that's the devil's or whatever. But just do what gives you peace in your mind.
Exactly.
So if it's listening to music, if it's painting or drawing or whatever, take care of your mental health consciously every day. Yes, journal, you know.
Do you want to plug something?
I don't have like an organization, but I'll point out how being friends with June and Nicole has actually impacted me. Okay. So, as June said, she has an environmental movement, and since I knew June, and she kept telling, not necessarily telling me, but telling the people who are in Rare to do this, to do that, the environment, nini. I've actually picked up good habits. Like, I find myself, if I have something like plastic bottle, or a paper.
Utaamsha chini.
I won't. And if I'm acting,
Utaskoliwa.
if I'm act, no,
It's not even
being
about that.
scolded.
It's like you
my
yourself already
own,
believe it.
I'm like, this is everything June stands for.
Mi anaweza niscall
And
kila
this is the
siku.
environment we're talking about. Now it's actually a big deal for me. You
Yeah.
know, people don't take environment seriously.
Yeah.
But June has actually made me see, you know what, let's do our part.
Yeah.
If I'm seeing a stranger, maybe who I can't reach and tell them, don't litter, but I haven't littered,
Yeah.
I have created an impact
Mm.
in the smallest way. Because if everyone is littering someplace and you pass there and you also litter, you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Nicole is a big enthusiast of mental health. It has pushed me to start journaling and being so aware of my mental health, and maybe looking at my past if there's any time I was actually depressed and I didn't know it. Yes, so it's been a good ride.
Oh.
Thank you,
I
right.
mean, you guys
Yeah.
are vibes, man. So yeah,
Thank
definitely. You're gonna be so big out there, guys. Let's play a
Amen.
game. Let's play a game.
Yay.
I have.
Game time.
It's already 10:02, so actually it's game time. So I have questions, so you're gonna be answering them like fast without thinking.
Okay.
Like fast without thinking. Like
Okay.
akuna tio. It's all about you guys. It's all just a question about you.
Okay.
Hi. Here we go. Who's starting? All of you like are participating on it. So.
Okay.
June.
So. Who's always late?
Jemima.
What? Jimmy always late.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Change.
I will.
Yeah, try and change. So, who gives the best relationship advice between the three?
Nicole.
True. It's true.
Yeah,
Always the
she's-
one who's not in a relationship.
She's very
Why?
The best
emotional.
advice.
You're in a relationship, you two.
Okay.
At the moment,
no.
But for the longest time,
Kuni
I'm
boys
always
wamefanyia
there.
nini nta? Nini ama boys wamefanyia guys? Nini yaki?
But
Come
if
on.
I could, boost Kiasi, I think I give good relationship advice because
And you're not in one.
nimejijua.
And you're not
Like,
in one.
Okay, at the moment it's complicated.
Do you think?
I
Okay.
can't
Do you
explain.
feel? Do you know like?
Complicated.
Okay, let's say I'm not in a relationship. Let's say like that. I can't take a relationship advice from someone who's not in a relationship.
No, you can. Let
Why?
me tell you why.
Why?
Because
But
you're
the
in
experience.
it. Yeah.
The experience.
that
My
is right.
vision is clear.
Because
My vision is
you've
clear.
been.
I'm giving you outside perspective.
Uh-huh.
You're already in it. You love this person. You cannot see.
You're blinded by love.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, girls. Okay. Who eats a lot when stressed?
That have to be me.
Okay.
I
What?
actually have to remind myself.
That's your stress reliever, like.
Yes, like I am a big feeder. Like I have to remind myself, Gemma, you can't eat for leisure.
You can't.
Like the period between maybe I don't know, breakfast and lunch. I'll try not to. If anything, I just remind myself just drink water because I'll eat for leisure. I'm watching a movie. I'm just eating things and I'm like, is this really where I'm to be?
Kuleni, by the way. Eat.
But
Eat.
acha nijitete.
Eat.
Since I actually knew June is, I
She
think
eats also. Asidio.
doing the environment thing. No, not really. Doing the environment thing,
Uh-huh.
she also started thinking about her inner environment.
Ah.
June stopped taking sugar and a list of other things. And do you know by now, I've actually stopped
Yeah.
taking sugar. I've stopped junking. I
Oh.
eat like fried food and I'm like, what is this?
What?
You know, I'm totally not eating sugar.
Okay.
All thanks to June.
Hey.
All credits.
Yeah.
Hey, June. Nini unafanyia watu?
And I've stopped eating for later.
Stress reliever. What do you do when you're stressed? Music for you. Oh, nice.
I sleep, man.
Yeah.
I just sleep. I sleep because whenever I'm stressed, I feel like
Thoughts.
1,000 voices and thoughts are just talking to me at the same time. So to just shut them up, I just
June
sleep.
fanya hivi. June fanya hivi. June
I
fanya
sleep,
hivi.
then like I wake up and I'm like, okay, let's move on.
You question your whole life.
But yeah, man, for me, it's just football sometimes. Just going to play football, yeah. Just
You
going
play
to
football?
Yeah.
What number?
Yeah, 11, 10, 7.
Wow.
The left side, right side, and
As if I know.
I do play football. That's where I
That's
go. That's where I
nice.
feel like yeah, now I can feel. Not in in radio, man. I wanna come here and learn. That's the main point of me. Come here, bring this table, man. Like, learn each day, learn. But football, like I'll be there and like, oh, yeah. Now all this other stuff.
Relaxing.
Yeah. My phone is so fucking away, so I'm like, yeah, you know.
But I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like this content creation has changed you?
Why?
Because when you're doing something like this, there's something maybe you observed on your way here or something that you've seen happening to someone close to you, and you're like, you guys, let's try and change this, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah, a lot.
It
A lot.
finally gets to you, and you're
Yeah.
like, I need to change. I need to
Yeah.
be what I'm telling people.
I was so quiet, man. I was a guy who was not talking. Like I wasn't talking in high school and in primary. Okay, in primary it's because my mom was a teacher over there, so I was so disciplined, you know.
How was that though?
Oh my god. I wasn't getting into this message of, you know, in primary when you have a girlfriend and boyfriend and stuff, you know. Nah, you never find me over there, man. Because I know, damn, my mom is here, so she's gonna bash me. So now high school I went so disciplined, even became a captain, you know.
Wow.
Because of my mom. She was like raising me in the proper way. So I was so quiet, no. I wasn't talking, nini. But I passed my KCSE and I was called for journalism talk. When I entered
did journalism?
Yeah, in Mascom.
Woo.
So once I was in journalism, I was like, yeah, now I want radio. What does radio do? Talk. So that's, man, I'm so talkative sometimes. You know? Yeah, so that's how actually I changed, you know. So when I came to Radio 54, man, I fell in love with this place. So I was like, yeah. This is
How does it
awesome.
feel to be doing something you love every day?
Really good, because when I wake up, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do something I like. Like, I'm not forcing myself to wake up. I even
It's a
don't put an
passion.
album, like, an alarm.
Alarm.
I don't even put an alarm. Like, yeah, but 8:30, I need to be where I want to be. You know?
Clocked in.
So, you know, like, I believe just do what you like, do what you love. You know?
Yeah.
You guys are doing what you love, right?
Yes.
Genji is what you love.
Definitely.
Like, hey, she's saying with passion. Hey, you love
Yes.
that, Jamima. You love
She
that.
actually really loves this podcast.
With all my heart.
And Jamima likes you too, you know. She's learning from you too. Like, she's learning from
A
Brave.
lot, a lot, a lot.
Oh, Jamima. Oh. Back to the game. Back to the game.
Yes. It's my turn.
Who's likely to have a new boyfriend as soon as they break up over an ex?
Nicole.
What? What?
Nicole moves on really fast.
What? Uh-huh.
And I think because she's so rational.
And I don't know how to defend myself. Let's just say I have a crazy life. So it's not necessarily like moving on to a boyfriend. I just have a lot of love interests. Like
Oh.
I just find
Do you wanna
myself
know
in
more?
sticky situations. Now, the word is not explore. I think the word is
Uh-huh.
I've come to see the positive side of being out there. Because
Yeah.
Kitambo used to be like, okay, why am I letting all these people into my life? But now, the more I interact with love interests, the more I get to know myself. Okay, yes, you should know yourself by knowing yourself, but also you get to know what you like, what you don't like. If this person treats me a certain way, do I like that? If this person does this, do I like? I'm starting to know what I like in a guy, you know, such that now when a new person comes into my life, I'm like, no, I don't like that. That's not what I like. I'm learning. Clearly, my love languages keep changing. I used to think it was just like one go. These are my love languages for life. But every time I meet someone new and they treat me a certain way, I'm like, no, I actually like this more than I like this. You know, like now I realized I love acts of service more than I
You're
love.
learning.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's a learning process, guys.
Okay. On to the next question.
It's funny.
Who's always calling the other members of JNJ? Like, always calling.
Who's
them.
always
Calling. Like, yeah. We need to.
calling
I think that would be me.
Jemima?
Because I'm always talking to
Like,
Calling
you know,
phone calls
for
or what?
J&J. No, for your podcast. Like, you know, girls, I have an idea. Girls.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jemima.
Girls.
Jemima.
voice
Jemima
notes and voice
definitely.
notes and voice
She's
notes.
into this, man. I can,
Yeah.
like, I can see it in her. Like, she really likes
She
this. She really likes
she
you
has-
too.
Yeah,
A
she
lot.
we love each other.
A lot.
But
Hey.
she has her vision for us is
Uh-huh.
even bigger than we could ever.
Oh.
Like she reminds us every time we feel low or we are trying to psych. She's like, "Yo, guys,
That's good, Jamima.
bigger picture,
Oh.
bigger picture."
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Who is the emotional on the group?
Oh God, that would be me.
Guy, all answers are no. Whoa, why? You just,
I'm so in touch with my emotions, with my feelings.
But it's good actually to be emotional. Trust me. Good.
I'm the one person, if I do something maybe and I feel it's wrong, I'll be so quick to like just address it. If you know, I'm quick to cry. God, I have to actually. Sometimes I write my to-do list and I'm like, okay, don't cry today. Like that's not on the list today.
Okay, don't cry.
You know, I find myself in situations that I'm like balancing tears. So I've come up with some
Mechanism.
pointers
Yeah.
of not to cry. That we'll talk about that in the podcast. I'll give you some pointers.
Yeah. So okay. On to the next question. I hope sasa itakuwa Jemima jo. Who's likely to lie and miss a podcast for a date or meet up with a boy?
Mimi.
Oh my god.
June duty combo. Oh,
I knew that's what nimesema. Hii question iko sinajua itakuwaje.
Pick a Friday for a pod day.
Why?
imagine.
What?
I think I'm very relaxed.
Jitetee tusikie.
Kwanza, I think I'm very relaxed because we are the three of us. And we have the same mindset.
We're
and I'm
friends.
like, if I'm not there for one day, what will happen? Like, how
Yeah.
you guys can do this, you
Yeah.
know? So I try not to really get some stuff to interfere. Si ati by then I'm missing sana, you guys.
But these days you've reformed.
So
I'm
kimis.
You're
Not really
Oh.
missing, but we have to like reschedule.
there's a time I was very down. Like,
Yeah,
I
true.
didn't really... I was just not feeling anything, feeling my movement, feeling pod, feeling nothing. I wasn't feeling like doing anything.
And you told them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah, we were aware.
I shared and I didn't feel like compromising what I feel for recording, or I just
is
wasn't
very
in
okay.
it. So I reformed. I think nilireform when nilireform when. Okay, I came out of that cloud
This year.
this year
Since Jan.
and I've been okay. I've been okay since then.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Who is likely to shave their hair?
Me. I always talk about how I'm going to shave when I turn 30.
And you look good in Afro.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Also
I
on
will.
that question, who do you actually see with more styles of the hair? Like more styles. And Ashina can change
That
styles.
should
and
be
styles.
June. June.
Okay.
June.
Will you consider dreads?
She has dreads.
Underneath the wig.
So, oh yeah, definitely. You need to change more styles because you have dreads. Because I always kind of style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
girls,
before
man,
that.
Uh-huh. Even before. Oh.
Yeah, even before she would switch up her.
She's a little
hairdo.
fashionista.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So, me guys, those are the questions actually.
Yay.
But yeah, I'm getting to know this Gen-Z people. So yeah. So guys, manze, thank you a lot, manze, for being with us here, J&J and Rasta in the Morning. Hashtag Rasta in the Morning. That's always
Yes.
there. Hashtag Rasta in the Morning. But the name of the show is 254 Morning Express, where it's expressway
Yeah.
and also express your
Ooh.
inner thoughts,
Yeah.
your inner feelings. Like whenever you come here, just be open. Like just I can say that. Be open.
Yeah.
It's all about you people. Like interviews, all about the interviews. Like I don't know focus on other stuff. It's all about you. Plug your stuff, man. I mean, come on. Nani ajipendi hapa? Nani apendi?
Yes.
Nani apendi stuff zake tu zijulikane. So yeah, me guys, nimekuwa na a really
Lovely time.
yeah.
Thank you for
time for
having
guys.
us.
Awesome.
We had a
Jen,
good
Jen.
We
time too.
appreciate. We had a really great time.
Uh-huh.
Can't wait to come again and again.
Yeah, man. Like
Yes.
you're invited over here again and
Thank
again
you,
and again.
thank you,
Whenever you
thank
release
you.
a podcast and stuff, just tell me. I'm like, yo, Ted,
We
but
shall.
to releasing stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I go and listen to it and come with the
Manze.
quotes.
And can I just say, this felt so nice. We've never been on this side of an interview
We're
because as
always
podcasters,
interviewing.
we are always interviewing. So this perspective is so fresh.
And how does it
nice
feel?
and
Actually, how does it feel?
It feels so nice.
It's eye-opening.
I
Yeah.
feel important.
True. I also feel so important.
Yeah, it feels nice to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Actually,
really
in
does.
good
good
a
ways.
psychology hack that if you don't know what to talk about with someone, you can just ask them about things that concern them because people like to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
That's their best subject.
So parting shots, my people. What are your parting shots?
Parting
What
shot.
can you tell people out here?
Mm.
What advice can you give people out here? June, tuanze na ama tumalizia na June naona your smile yake tuanze na the good one Jima. She looks like she's the good hearted on this group. Like you know what I mean.
She has a
Like she has
very warm heart. And she's very genuine.
nyinyi wengine hapana. Kwanza June. Kwanza huyo.
So I think I've said this like 3 times in the podcast. I'll just say it again. Most of the people who are listening to me right now, you're definitely 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 there.
Yeah.
And what I have to say to that group of people, or even anyone who's listening, we're so young. There's so much to life other than being in relationships,
Yeah.
dealing with toxic things in life, the workplace, with a toxic partner. There's so much to go out there. Travel, hike a mountain, do all the things that make you feel human. We're so consumed with what other people are bringing to us. We're not concerned with what we're bringing to ourselves. So be very intentional with yourself. And in ndo time ya kusoma, you guys. Me, I can't emphasize enough. I always read books, but I don't feel like it's enough. I need to read more. If I'm reading 30 pages today, tomorrow I need to read 40 or 50. Because I'm telling you, there's so much knowledge in books. There's so much power that you get from having knowledge. So go for it.
True.
Yeah,
True.
Books.
I agree.
Books are good. Books are good, actually. Yeah,
Books are good. Should I just admit I haven't read a book this whole year?
Same.
I know. The way you started talking, I was like, same page.
Same page. I'm like, yo.
But I mean, books are lovely. Personally, I noticed I love podcasts and audio stuff.
Let's say novels for me.
Mm.
Yeah. And there's someone. Is the novel a book? Book is a book, right?
But
She's talking about self-help.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, all
Motivation.
of that. Me, I listen more. I usually don't have time to sit down. I don't even watch movies. The only time I watch movies is when I go home for a weekend.
Oh.
Literally, I don't have time. So I'm more of a passive audience. So I listen more.
Open vitabu sema tu. Acha
Imagine, let me tell you.
kujitetea. Acha kujitetea. Anajitetea.
Let me tell you why I love
you said
books.
her books, but how many does she read?
Nah, but no. I kujitetea ni ya ukweli, because once upon a time in primary and early high school, I was among the best readers. Sisi ndo wale tulikuwa tunabebwa tunaenda Sariti Center for book fair. I used to in primary class 5, 6, 7. I used to read a book a day. We used to be me and a girl called Laura. Tunaenda tunarudisha lib. We take another book every day. So I was once an avid reader. It's just time, guys. It's time. Forgive me.
Yeah.
But my parting shot would be follow us on jnjpodcast.ke on Instagram and YouTube, and listen to our podcast, guys. Support our content, support our art. We really have nice conversations. We give you
They do actually.
bold topics, insightful, informative. Engage with us. Tell us what you want to
Everything.
hear. You know.
Everything.
And let's win together. And I feel like, and I guess I had this from Man Talk, and it circles back to mental health, because Eli was saying his podcast is the best thing that ever happened to him, because he's realized it's healing him in the process. The more you talk about something, the way they say a problem half shared, a problem shared is half solved. So even for us, when we bring these conversations to light, it's like a form of introspection. You're like, oh wow, that's how I actually think. Oh wow, blah 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 blah. So for me, it's been like a healing process, and this podcast is like our therapy in
It's a safe
sorts.
space.
So for you, find what works for you and heal. Heal, my brother. Heal.
Haya. Sema
Najua
sasa.
umeningoja sana.
Wewe ninasikia sasa, tusikie sasa wewe maoni yako.
Madam C.
When Nicole, you've mentioned healing, and if there's someone who has actually received healing, it's me, because I've even wrote a blog about it. And even yes, I haven't shared it with you guys, but
Whoa.
that blog is just about how I've been really having a personality that I didn't like, and I wanted to know where it came from and why I behave some type of way. And being with these guys actually made me realize why I did some things and why I was behaving that way. And accepting that you're actually behaving like that it's heavy. It's not easy, because you're like, I know I don't behave like that. But actually accepting is because of this podcast.
Wow.
And now I'm on a new leaf, and I just wake up
And you like it, right?
and I like it. And I'm just happy to be with good friends, to be very honest. I don't maybe tell them very much, but yes, I really love these guys. They've really changed and shaped me in many ways, even in rare, because there's a time actually I wasn't really, I was just there. Like, I didn't really want to do things, but they push me every day. So my parting shot will be, watch who you're with, what you watch, what you consume, because all these things end up in forming and molding who you are. They mold and shape how you talk, how you walk, how you do everything. So watch everything that actually comes to your contact.
Oh, nice.
My parting shot.
For me, I normally say just be you. No, every day. Be you. That's always my parting shot. Be you, do you, and love yourself, number one. Put yourself first. Always, don't forget that. Put yourself number one. And what I've learned about J&J is they educate, they inform, and they share. So, yeah, big up J&J. And yeah, thank you for coming a lot. Like it mimi nimegrow sahi, like my mind right now. Yeah, so awesome, man. For the people, manze, for us it's goodbye. See you on Monday. Yeah, actually it's not on Monday. Yay, break weekend. So see you on Monday.
Are we saying bye or?
No. Wait. We're getting to this. So I'm just telling the people now where. Okay, but you can get J&J podcast on Spotify, also on
Anchor, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and just recently on Dunda.
Streaming service.
So usiseme ati hauna hizo vitu zote. Hizo ni mingi sana. So also on the Instagram J&J podcast. Yeah, you can follow the girls. Just follow the podcast itself. You'll get more info about that. So yeah, and also follow Radio 254. For me, your Rasta is goodbye, guys, and yeah. What do we say, guys?
Bye.
Bye.